All right, y'all, so I am back with another quick video. So I thought I'd jump in here and put a little bit more context to this decision about the Canon M50 Mark II or the ZV-E10 Mark I. So I rented this M50 Mark II for those that didn't catch the last video. I rented this camera right here from Lens Rentals, and I just wanted to go ahead and test it out. And I'm going to get the ZV-E10 and test that one out too. But just to kind of give a quick backstory, I was on vacation. I brought this Canon 90D with me, which is a huge camera. I left my ZV-1 at home, and I found myself wishing that I would have had like a small camera like this or the ZV-E10 to take around with me when I was just kind of hanging out, eating dinner and stuff with my family to get some really cool photos, because I don't really typically like to use my phone anymore for content creation, photos or anything. I just let my phone be a social media device, you know, a phone and for text messages, and that's really about it nowadays. But I ended up leaving this camera home. I only brought this one, and this camera it got everything done that I wanted to get done, except for when I was just candidly out with my family. I wish I would have had something like this. So that's the reason for me renting this camera and possibly renting the ZV-E10 here in the future to test them out. So I wanted to show you guys another reason and kind of speak to why I was thinking about that. So if I was to get the M50 Mark II, this would be my trio. This lens right here is an attachable lens that goes on the ZV-1. So if I was vlogging, I would use this lens right here on the front of the ZV-1, and I only put this here for a reference so you guys can see how big each one of these cameras would be, but I'm gonna move this off to the side for now. But anyway, the Canon 90D right here, obviously you could tell this is a very big camera, especially with this Sigma 18 to 135 on it. This camera gets really, really big. The grip is very, very big. This is a solid ass camera that's really heavy when you start to put big lenses on it. So again, while I was out, you know, I was like, you know what? I don't want to bring this camera. It's too big. So I grabbed this M50 Mark II to test out. As you can see, the M50 Mark II just to test out. And this right here is really, really small. It's compact, and it's an interchangeable lens camera. Now, I know some of y'all probably saying you can do a lot of the things you can do with this with just your ZV-1. And yes, that's true. But I feel like with the interchangeable lens camera, I feel like I can get different looks and different vibes and feels out of having an interchangeable lens camera than that fixed lens. But I still use my ZV-1. Now, I could have took the ZV-1 with me, got photos with that, threw that in my pocket and been good. But having something small like this that I could have, you know, just strapped around me, carried with me, and got some quick shots without this microphone on here and stuff like that, but just got some quick little shots, a good, you know, just some quick shots and some quick video with this thing, man. I think that would have been like the best bet for me. I feel like this is what I was missing with this camera. So I feel like this M50 Mark II, how small it is, the quality that's coming out of this thing right now at the 1080-60, you can even upscale this 1080 to 4K, but this 1080-60 and the way these photos do look out of this camera, I feel like it could complement this camera really, really well. You know what I'm saying? Now, I still want to try the ZV-E10 just so I can see if I like that camera more than this one. And I want to try the ZV-E10 with this same setup with the Sigma 16mm. Now, don't get it confused. Throwing this lens on here does make this camera a little bit more heavy in some ways, but it is nothing compared to this. So let me show y'all the backs of these so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see the difference right here and how big they are in the back, just like that. Let me show you the side like this so you can see these grips. See that? Look at that grip. You see what I'm saying? So this is like this is a tank camera, and this is a little small camera right here. So if I would have had something like this when I was on vacation, that would have came in handy just to have alongside this Canon 90D. But again, both of these cameras, especially this camera, this is my favorite camera. This camera here is just a beast. But this camera here, compared to the ZV-1, for right now, just doing a little bit of testing on my own, and I'll come back and show you guys like a comparison of, like, you know, the video quality between these two cameras. I'll show you guys that, maybe photos between these two if I got time, because I do got to return this camera here soon, and it's been raining, so I haven't been able to get a lot of content with this camera, to be honest with you guys. But I'm gonna try to show you guys a quick little test of the video quality of this one and this one, so you can kind of see why I was saying this setup with photos and videos, even though this is 1080-60 and this is 4K, this 1080-60 right here still looks damn near on par with the 4K out of this camera. And the photos with this camera and lens combination, to me, just straight off the bat, you know, I know y'all ain't seen no side-by-side comparison. I feel like the photos out of this camera looks better than that one. That's just my opinion. But this camera right here is very, very small and compact. And this is why this is one of my favorite cameras still to this day, because it's very, very small and compact, and you can get a lot of quick things done with this. You see what I'm saying? But for me, I kind of opt towards a little bit more, you know, quality. I want a little bit of a bigger grip. So something like the ZV-E10 for me to fit in the middle. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to find that middle grade, because we already know this one right here, that's my workhorse. That's my big camera. This is kind of like my little vlog camera. This is kind of like the camera that I just kind of throw around, take with me, get a quick vlog in, set it up somewhere here in my office, get something real quick done with this. You see what I'm saying? And this middle camera, you see how it fits in the middle? This little middle camera right here will be my camera that if I don't take this with me, and I don't want to take this, but I want to get some quick quick stuff, some good quality, some good image, some good video. The pictures look really nice. I can get some good sound by using an external microphone, and I just want a smaller package than this. So you see what I'm saying? Trying to come from something like this, I just want a little bit, I still want this feel, but in a smaller package. You see what I'm saying? I feel like this is where I need to sit. You see what I mean? I feel like this camera fits in the middle, and as you can see, it kind of fits in the middle perfect between these. And I imagine if I had this lens on here like that, you see what I'm saying? All these cameras right here, I feel like this M50 Mark II just kind of, it kind of fits its way into the setup. And I think that it will complement this camera a whole lot better. But that's only until I try the ZV-E10. So I got to try the ZV-E10. I'm going to get the ZV-E10 with the 16mm, and I'm going to try that one, and then I will go from there as well. So anyway, you guys stay tuned. I'm going to drop another quick video of showing you what this camera would look like in like the studio, like environment setting where everything is controlled. And could this camera technically right now, since this is an older camera, can this M50 Mark II hold you down in the actual studio? You know what I'm saying? And be your talking head camera, your main camera for basically everything you do in the studio, even though it's shooting at 1080/60. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to use the 4K on this because it's just not great, but you want to continue, you want to use the 1080/60 on this, and you can upscale it. So I'll come back real quick, get everything set up, and I'll shoot that for you guys so you can see what this camera looks like in a studio environment. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. It's been your man Jay. I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, peace.